When we talk about North Korea, we're talking about one of the most isolated and heavily controlled nations on Earth. A country completely cut off from the outside world, where access to internet is limited to a handful of elites and foreign media is extremely banned. It's a place where simply criticizing the government, showing disloyalty to the supreme leader, or even having independent thoughts can result in a punishment as severe as life in a labor camp. Not just for you, but potentially for your entire family. So that brings us to a strange question. How can something like extreme metal possibly survive or even exist in a place like North Korea? So is this even real? Is it propaganda? Well, in this video we dive deep into one of the most unexpected and bizarre musical phenomena you probably never heard of. The story of North Korea extreme metal scene. It was just another boring night, like always. I was losing time on the internet listening to weird music, when suddenly I stumbled across this album cover that say, Brutal Death Metal from North Korea. I didn't even think twice, and click on it immediately. So, is this the best thing I've ever heard? Of course not. But when you realize that this might have come from the most secretive and closed country on the planet, it hits completely different. Like, how does someone even make this kind of music in North Korea? In fucking North Korea, bro. I mean, in that country almost everything you do is monitored by the government. So I had that question stuck in my head for days. In the meantime, I ended up watching a ton of documentaries about the country. I started learning things I had always taken for granted, and yeah, it really is the most tightly controlled country on Earth.
This morning, 21-year-old Otto Warmbier is behind bars in North Korea, sentenced to 15 years in a North Korean prison with hard labor.
I was used and manipulated. Please, act to save me. Please save my life.
But surprisingly, deep beneath all the control, there is an entire underground network for accidental media traffic. I'm talking about music, movies, even TV shows and anime. Things that you never imagined being available inside North Korea. But how do they get this stuff in? Well, it's not so complicated. Most of it is hidden inside trucks crossing the border, others use drones or even plastic bottles full of USB sticks that flow through rivers at night. And we're not talking about a few dozens of it. We're talking hundreds of thousands of USB every year. And this is possible thanks to some NGOs. They have been actively working to sneak digital content into the country in the last years. So maybe, just maybe, somewhere in the shadows of North Korea, someone listened to enough metal to start their own brutal death metal band. And honestly, that's kinda amazing, bro. Just imagine some North Korean dudes playing death metal hiding from anyone who might see them. It sounds crazy, but it's something almost impossible, to be honest. So when I first heard this, I was immediately shocked. The idea of a brutal death metal band from North Korea seemed almost unbelievable. So I did what anyone will do. I searched across the internet looking for anything that could validate or disprove what I had been listening to. There wasn't much available, but I did find something interesting. This band Kampsai, which supposedly belonging to the creators of this music. As you can see, 4 members are listed here with their names. Also they have phrases like Fight USA, dedicated to the eternal President Kim Il-sung, and North Korea brutal death metal. Regarding the profile image, showed 3 men seemingly standing in Pyongyang. So naturally my first step was to search this image on Google, but sadly I didn't find anything. My next step was looking in Yandex, a Russian search engine that sometimes works better because it has less censorship than Google. So after uploading the image there, I found a match. The same image appeared, but this time with a watermark you can see right here below. The site belonged to Sergei Dolia, a Russian travel photographer and blogger that documents trips around the world on this blog. On the right side of the web, we can see all their posts, so I write North Korea in Russian, and I found a section dedicated to his journey through North Korea. Multiple entries cover his visit in detail, with dozens of photos from Pyongyang and other regions. I went through every post, one by one, trying to locate the original photo, but I couldn't find it. It appears the image might have been taken from one of those other posts, possibly not removed due to the time that has passed. It was published over 15 years ago, a long time. So this discovery was important, because it revealed that the photo used on the band Kampsai was not original. Probably was taken from Sergei posts without permission, and this doesn't automatically prove that the band itself is fake, but it's pretty sus, not gonna lie. It's possible the creators of this music use a random image to protect their identity, which makes some sense if you think where they come from. I mean, if they were really based in North Korea, rebel interfaces could be extremely dangerous, but this shit still remains weird. During my search for information about Redware, I came across something unexpected. There wasn't just one band claiming to be from North Korea. I actually found a few more projects, all supposedly from the same country, but unlike Redware, these other projects didn't even try to be convincing. They feel like obvious jokes, with no effort put into making the illusion believable. It was so clear they weren't real. Redware, on the other hand, had something different. Something about the way they present themselves gave a strange sense of possibility. Even though the idea of a brutal death metal band operating out of North Korea is 99% impossible, there's still the lingering 1% that makes you wonder. The production, the presentation, it wasn't perfect, but it had just enough detail to feel almost a little legit. The closest thing to a believable theory I could find was this. What if the members were the sons of high-ranking government officials? People with enough privilege to access music, instruments, internet, and even upload things to the Western world. If that were the case, maybe this could happen, but in every other scenario, it seems completely unrealistic. Okay, originally this video was gonna end there, with open speculation and no clear answer, but then, while I was scrolling through the YouTube comments under the Redware video, I found a comment that instantly changed everything. Fake, this is Amniorexis from Canada. Did you listen it? It's exactly the same. After checking further, it turns out that this band from Canada is the owner of the music, and Redware is just a joke that went too far. So guys, if this shit caught your attention, smash that subscribe button, follow my Instagram and watch this video. See you!